should be, until the third reading, become an ordinance. And I may be wrong on that, but I've been told by the people that pick up the clippings that they can't pick them up. I live on McAllister Road in Easley, beautiful McAllister Road, which will soon hopefully get paved. I have two of my neighbors here who also are having the same problem I'm going to have. I think it's unreasonable to put that burden on us. You stopped picking up recycling several years ago, and I have to haul that in my car. In fact, I went down there today to haul my recycle. But I think it's unreasonable to expect me to have to haul grass clippings. And I looked up the definition of debris because reading in some of the information about Easley, we do have a debris pickup, and debris can include grass clippings. And I don't understand if you're not going to pick up pine needles or if you're not going to pick up leaves. I don't understand how I'm to separate that stuff out. Because when I cut my yard, I don't have a smart lawnmower. It picks up grass, it picks up leaves, it picks up pine needles. I have no way of separating that out. It's just all in a pile. And I would ask for reconsideration about that. I know the city has purchased some new vehicles, and I would think it was specifically for that service, is picking up stuff like that, debris. I know they will, in the past they picked up pine needles. I don't understand why this has changed. And so I would just ask the city to reconsider this, what you're asking, what you're putting on the citizens. I think it's unfair, and that's my piece. I appreciate you listening to me. Thank you, sir.
Sir, what was your name?
I'm Marion Summit.
Marion Summit. Thank you,
Yes, sir,
sir.
and I live on McAllister Road. Thank you.
Denise Davidson.
Good evening. I was going to use my limited time for something else, but when I attended the work session this evening, I was a little astonished when I heard the report from the chair of the American Rescue Plan Committee. Last month, when I asked the question as to who the committee members were and if the expenditures were going to be posted online, I made that request during public comment. Mr. Mayor called several days later. We had a lengthy conversation, and he explained that Mr. Dykes, Mr. Moore, and Ms. Brazil were on the committee, and that the committee would be having public meetings, and the public would be able to attend, and the meetings would be posted. Immediately concluding our conversation, I sent an email to all three members of the committee, and the chair responded indicating that he would let me know. Well, apparently, the chair has made a report during work session this evening that would lead one to conclude there had been a meeting. I received no email, no notice of the meeting, and was just astonished because you let me know that I would be able to attend those meetings. And for $375,000, there again, the public, these funds, I don't care if it's a grant, I don't care if it comes from the federal government, it's our money. And the public should have the opportunity to hear, to know, and participate in these decisions. And we were cut out. There was no notice. And I'm very disappointed, Mr. Mayor, Mr. Chair, and Mr. Dykes, and Ms. Brazil, because I sent an email to all three, and I did not receive any notice that there was a meeting held. Thank you.
Mary Blanton.
Good evening. Thank you for allowing me the opportunity to speak. I'm speaking on behalf of our pastor who's not with us tonight because he lost his mother today. So I'm just asking everyone to please keep him and his family in prayer. I just want to ask the city council to vote yes and let us buy the land so that we can continue to be God's hands and feet in our community. Let us continue to make a difference in our community for our people. Thank you.
Amen. Carolyn Graham.
Good evening again, Mayor Womack, council persons. I too stand for Divine Purpose Outreach Ministry in the gap for Pastor Sutton. On ordinance 2021-20, we have stated our community activities and the things that we do. And so we're asking that the councilmen please vote yes for this ordinance for us to obtain this land and build a new facility to continue the good work that we're doing in the community. Thank you.
Nancy Mulwee.
Thank you for allowing me to speak to you tonight. I have two little comments to make, nothing major. The first thing is, the last meeting or the meeting before, I believe the mayor's or somebody on the committee said that we had 5 new restaurants, blue-collar restaurants, or maybe I read in Easily Progress, and that we were all excited about that because Easily was growing. Well, I want to tell you my experience in the last 2 weeks ago. I was celebrating an anniversary with my husband for 57 years, and we thought we'd go out to dinner to a nice, I didn't want to go to a blue-collar restaurant. I wanted to go to one that had a menu that wasn't like everybody else's. And I said, oh, you know, there used to be a restaurant down here by the little car building. I said, the Bella Vista, I believe. And I called the number, and they were closed. And I thought, oh, I want to go to the Blue Voodoo. And I didn't bother to call them because I looked online and their menu was still there and their website was still there. And I thought, oh, that's great. So we pulled up in front of there and I found a parking space right in Main Street. And it was a handicap one too. And I thought, well, oh, God be praised. And I looked and my husband started to get out of the car and I said, wait a minute, stay there. I said, there's a sign in the window and that's all dark. Let me go up and read that. Well, I found out that that was closed also. So right there, Easley does not have a top quality, I guess you would call it, restaurant. We have a lot of blue-collar places. I counted over 100 on 123. We have burger places. We have, I lost count of the pizza places. I don't know how many we have of those. Downtown in on 123. We have Mexican places. We have OJ's. We have Chick-fil-A. We have Panera's. And we have KFC, we have Chick Salad or something like that, and Zaxby's and Subways and all those other places. But every one of those is a franchise, and every one of those has a menu just like their other Applebee's or whatever it may be. I want a restaurant in Easley. I want you to start working on that, or appoint someone to start bringing nice restaurants. I remember when we had PJ's here, and I think there's a few of you that are probably not quite as old as I am, but might remember PJ's in downtown. So let's look for something like that. Our city planning, maybe, do we have a city planner? What happened to our city planner? We had one, didn't we? And he's not here any longer. Are we ever going to replace him? I think that would be a good idea. Also, one other thing I wanted to mention. Do you all read the zoning things? I read a couple things here and we're not following them. Ensure safe and convenient traffic control and movement, including a reduction or prevention of congestion of public streets, convenience of access, multiple modes of transportation. Well, I don't think that's ever going to come easily. And an interconnected and well-planned street system. I just wanted to bring this to your attention. I think we the zoning committee needs to read this too, because that's what this is. This is actually zoning, general and supplemental revisions, and there's a couple other, protect against undue concentration of population. I don't think we've been doing that either. Provide the protection and preservation of agricultural forests and eventually sensitive lands, thereby preserving the cultural and natural heritage of the city of Beasley. Look on Pearson Road, I don't think we've done any of that. Thank you.
That's all.
My name is,
There's an element I've been told, I forgot about that.
I know, my name isn't on the list, I wasn't told how to get my name on that list. I was just told that I could come on Monday night and have 3 minutes.
But you have to be here by the 7 o'clock hour to sign up.
Okay.
I'm sorry. Item 8 is unfinished business. This is ordinance, this is second reading. A is ordinance number 2021-19 to rezone approximately 0.22 acres of real estate property at 402 North A Street. Do I hear a motion?
Motion to bring it to the table, please.
Second. Have a second. You want to comment on this, Tommy or Dennis?
Go ahead.
Mr. Mayor, it's fairly straightforward. It is a zoning request that received approval of the planning commission from GR2